Lakas mo? May ilalakas pa. Sa Revicon Forte, may muscle-building amino acids tulong para mas lumakas ang katawan with proper diet and exercise. Pag malakas ang katawan, lumalakas din ang loob. May lakas para sa ambisyon mo.
Revicon Forte!
Lakas!
Unilab yan.
Multivitamins, minerals, and amino acids is the generic name of Revicon Forte.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
Makulugan pa yokom.
Greg, may work pa. I-Biogesic mo na yan.
Bulong tulos? Baad igong side effects?
Iba ang Biogesic. Most doctor-prescribed brand sa sakit ng ulo at lagnat.
Aba, maingat mananggad.
Jody Santa Maria po. Sa sakit ng ulo o lagnat, Biogesic agad. Alagang Unilab yan. Paracetamol is a generic name of Biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
At dabaro nga energy! Pinabaro ka na may mayat nga Enervon, Enervon Z+. Pinapig-sciety zinc, vitamin C, vitamins B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 12, kun vitamin E. Pinabaro ka na may mayat nga Enervon. Hey! Enervon Z+.
Unilab yan.
Multivitamins plus zinc is the generic name of Enervon Z+. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Try the new Surfab Con Bigatin. Surfab Con Bigatin. Mabango't pinarami. Surfab Con Bigatin. Pang-overload na siya sa dami.
New Surfab Con Bigatin Pack. Mas pinarami, mas mabango versus Surfab Con 25ml pack. 6 pesos SRP pa rin.
Surf Fabcon. Ang Surf Fabcon Blossom Fresh, bigatin na with 12% more kaya mas bang overload.
Kasaman nalon, inaldawak nga agububra. Tapnon at daypakan ko ti pamilya. Ngayon no at agpipikalin. Pargatan na nga agubra. Isuwag tumtumarak ti Parex B.
Adut Pilipino nga par excited. Haan nga agpasarding uray numaktang, aglulukid, agpipikil. Titulong ti
Parex B. Parex B. Far excited with Parex B.
Nayon ti gusto nga panangan ken nasalunad nga panagbiyak. Parex Vitamin B1, B6, B12. 545 pesos lain kada may sanga tableta SRP.
If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Parex Vitamin B1, B6, B12. Far excited.
Ito na muli ang iyong pagkakataong manalo ng 1 million pesos. Sa bagong taon, bagong milyon.
Bagong taon, bagong milyon. Sali lang, baka swertehin ka. Bagong taon, bagong milyon, sali na.
Kaya maghanda ng gumawa ng iyong mga entries. Bagong taon, bagong milyon. Malapit na.
Dati, wala pang aray sa likod. At dati, wala pang aray sa kasukasuan.
Paulit-ulit ang pain? Mag-Skelan.
Sa Skelan, ang galing gumalaw. Long-lasting bisa buong araw. Tuloy-tuloy ang ginhawa ko. Pag-aray dapat Skelan.
Unilab yan.
Up to 12 hours relief. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Naglipa na ang mga papaya soaps. Napansin nyo ba mga girls and guys? Aminin, gusto nyo rin pumuti. Sa dinami-dami ng papaya soaps na makikita nyo sa groceries, may isang namumukod tanging White Rose Papaya. Mula sa White Rose, dahil hindi lang papaya extracts ang ingredient nito, meron ding vitamin B3. Nakikita ito sa mga mamahaling mga serums na kilalang nagpapabilis ng pagpapaputi ng balat. Kaya naman ang White Rose Papaya, clinically proven magpaputi in as early as 7 days with regular use. Papaya puti, papaya fast. Yan ang White Rose Papaya.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lavada, more time sa pamilya.
Star Wax, Star Wax, Wax. Star Wax, Star Wax, Wax. Always remember, sa paglinis, pakitawin ang sahig. Mrs. Star Wax, Wax. Kitang na to the max.
Star Wax, the #1 floor wax. Andaan waterproof formula. Sibukan man itinanom, nagsubliti sila pititatar.
Star Wax, Wax. Kitang na to the max, max, max.
Star Wax Floor Wax. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
ACS.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming
sa Champion Quick Wash Technology. Less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Sa panahon ngayon, kau ba'y sigurado? Kau ba'y protektado? Ang pamilya ay i-shield mo. Laban sa bakterya, i-shield mo. Laban ng pati virus, i-shield mo.
Shield Bat Soap. Matay di 99.9% of bacteria and virus tested. Believed that eksperto iti Philippine Nurses Association.
Sa sakit protektado, i-shield mo. Pamilya protektado, i-shield mo.
Shield Bat Soap. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
ACS.
Si Mommy at si Washing Machine believe sa Pride Washing Machine Detergent.
Hello, Washi!
Hello, Mommy!
Laundry day na naman! Ready ka na sa mancha, chocolate, putik, libag?
Kaya yan ang Pride Washing Machine Detergent. May triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at malupit na dumit mancha. Easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon.
All you need is pride. All you need is pride.
Pride Detergent, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Aksyon!
Radyo! Kung nasaan ang aksyon, naroon ang balita. Ito ang aksyon. Aksyon. Radyo. Aksyon. Radyo.
Beno, padaanan ti programa tiyo si Kakantilenteg. As usual with our partner, iti programa ni Atty. L. Rene Kedris Castro. Alas 2:12.
Sika Ken Tilinteg. Saan a biktima ti panagbalin nga ignorante itilinteg? Amwen ti kalintegan ditoy. DCJC Aksyon Radio iti Sika Ken Tilinteg. Gaputaawan may laksid iti kawanam mo. Sika Ken Tilinteg. Iti kada Domingo alas 2 aging kay alas 3 ti malem. May sanga oras apan nakailawlawag dagiti linteg ken kalintegan babaen kariti legal experts. Sika Ken Tilinteg.
Menu kaganyan sumampay di programa tayo si Ken Tilinteg ita nga malem malema po iti Domingo Enero 26, 2025 ilang tumbling na lang ay buwan ng puso, pagmamahal at nagmamahalan at bulan ti Pebrero. As usual, makarakta ko na iti apo iti programa, ti partner ti apo iti si Ken Tilinteg, once bali, no saan nga ni Atty. L. Reneo Kedris Castro. Mapagsasalitam ti apo pagkasektan iti budget anya kada po ti proseso ti panaka-tratar iti budget paman niya may submitir sa Kongreso anya damit na iti sistema iti Kongreso iti panangtamingda kaditi nga budget niya na ipaima kadakwada ken ti kadi General Appropriations Act when ti National Expenditure Program ket dito kada po ti final version nga pirmaan ti presidente nga mapagbalinakas budget ti pagilyam ti gobyerno ti iti kadatawen. Dito'y songbat dito nga salsaludsod padaanan manipul iti may sa bugado partner ti apo ti pagprograma ni Atty. L. Rene Kedris Castro may sesuna po nga account executive ti Land Bank of the Philippines. Alas 2:15 aday sunam. Adam? Okay. Intayon, pangablawin na po iti dito malem for so long nga saan tiya po nga nakatakta ko na iti dito nga programa nga po ka iti siyempre ado nga kumikom na ken ti parakidanumet na iti nagdumapay nga gagayam tiya po iti dito programa. Apo Bagado, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mater. Kastamit ten dagiti naayat nga agdingdingig kadeti nga programa yo. So, it's been a while we've been in your program and hopefully today we will be able to give clarifications pertaining to the yung pinakamainit na issue natin ngayon, which is yung tungkol sa pagpasa ng General Appropriations Act. So sa kaalaman ng lahat, bakit ito naging issue, di ba? Yung unang-una dyan na katanungan is bakit meron kasing blanco? Yun ang pinakamainit doon na pinag-uusapan, yung pagkakaroon ng blank items in the General Appropriations Act. So bakit kasi pwede namang i-fill up yun, di ba, sir?
Parang fill in the blanks.
Yung siguro yung yun ang pinaka-highlight talaga kasi that is being questioned by the former president, di ba? Alam natin, it's not me who is telling that, di ba? Napanood naman na siguro ninyo or narinig sa radyo na yung mismo na president natin, former president Rodrigo Duterte ang nagtatanong bakit merong mga blank items in the bicameral report ng ating Congress pertaining to the passing of the General Appropriations Act. So, yung tanong ng karamihan, sabi niya, that is not legal. Okay, so yun ang question niya. We will prepare a complaint to question, okay, the validity of the General Appropriations Act for 2025. Okay, so yun ang malaking katanungan. So syempre meron ng mga samot-saring ideas pertaining to that. Ngayon, tinatanong na kung sino ba yung nag-fill in doon sa content ng blank items doon sa bicameral report. So today, tamang-tama na yung ating pag-uusapan is paano ba kasi ginagawa yung General Appropriations Act, or commonly that's what we know about the country's budget for a specific fiscal year. So ito, we are talking about the budget for 2025. So actually, matatapos na ng isang buwan, pero pinag-uusapan pa rin ang tungkol sa budget. So, kung wala kasi, yung budget naman, kung halimbawa hindi mo na-apply, ay hindi pa-approve yung present budget, okay, you use the previous budget. So, yun ang gagawin. So, syempre naman, that will as well affect, okay, the projects to be implemented within the year. Yun naman ang effect. So, syempre may mga delay na dahil hindi pa naipapasa yung budget for 2025. So, then again, siguro yung iba nag-iisip na rin na and this is a political issue, mga political issue. But then again, today, bibigyan din nating liwanag kung ano ba talaga dapat ang procedure na sinusunod, okay, sa pagpasa ng budget, national budget. So we're pertaining to national budget kasi baka merong mga local officials na nakikinig sa atin and they will counter us na hindi naman tama yung sinasabi niya kasi sa budget namin it's like this. So hindi po. So covered po kayo ng local government code. But then again, ang pinag-uusapan po natin is yung national budget or the approval of the General Appropriations Act. So when you talk about national budget, sir, ano kasi yan? Ang tawag dito, it's just like any other law. Kaya napansin nyo doon sa wordings, ang nakalagay doon, General Appropriations Act. So act, it's a law. Tadaan yan sa Congress for them to approve and later on for them to craft, so endorse nila sa President for approval. So yun lang yung pinaka-simplified na banggitin natin kasi we just want to make it clear na when you talk about the General Appropriations Act, just like yung ating local sa legislative body rin sa mga local government units, ano yan talaga ordinance din. So dito naman sa ating national budget, it is through the General Appropriations Act. But then again, we will explain it one by one. So ano ba yung procedure? So baka masyado kayong excited doon sa step-by-step procedure. So, we also encourage those yung mga ating mga netizens diyan na if you want to share something, okay, in our discussion, you are free to share. Okay, so hindi naman it's
Actually,
not
Abogado Get, I'm planning to call also a prominent businessman in Lawag City to give his insight about the budget so that there will be a more comprehensive discussion on the matter. Most especially, kanyayo as a corporate lawyer in the sense as being an account executive at the Land Bank of the Philippines, tap na nigas tayo makapag-share tayo iti observation may panggap correcting ang budget.
Actually, sir, tawag no, when you talk about budget as well, sa amin kasi, we are under the executive department kasi we are one of the departments of the government. So tayo, part tayo ng executive department. So different kasi, we are more on the implementation of the budget. Pero generally speaking, di ba may budget po yan per department, DFA yan. So yung Department of Finance, DOF yan. Yung DOF may mga umbrella organizations under DOF which include Land Bank of the Philippines. Yung Land Bank merong budget approved by DOF. Pero si DOF kasi siya na yung nagpe-present ng kanyang budget through Congress. So sila yung nagpe-present na through DBM. I mean, sa DBM, bibigay nilang budget. Si DBM naman, gagawa siya ng national budget. Yung national budget po na yan would be subject to endorsement of the General Appropriation through General Appropriations Bill. Bibigay ni President yan, bibigay niya sa Congress for their approval. Ngayon, di-deliberate yan. Okay, through Congress which starts or emanates from the House of Representatives. So, yung may version ng House of Representatives, later on meron ding version yung Senate, and then they will come up with the bicameral committee report na yun na yung kine-question kasi nagkaroon ng blanco po doon. And then eventually that will be endorsed to the President for their approval, and it will finally become a law na tinatawag na General Appropriations Act. So just that is just the overview. So ngayon, iba kasi yung per department na or per organization, like Land Bank, sari-sarili ng yan, budget din, i-cascade niya with the different departments within that organization. So tayo, yung pinapaliwanag po natin ay yung budget po na through legislation, through piece of legislation, kasi ito it involves kailangan batas kasi ito so nadadaan through Congress. So parang sa ating mga respective departments, sa ating mga local government units and national government organization like us, magkaiba din kasi doon sa local government units dadaan din yan ng hearing din yan. So, meron din silang version pero localized version. Okay, so dadaan din yan through hearing sa kanila. And then, eventually, it will be approved by the mayor. Ganun po. Okay, so anyway, I hope we will be able to make it clear today para yung mga ating mga tagapakinig at yung ating mga netizens would get an idea. Okay, kung saan sila humuhugot. Okay, bakit nagkaroon ng question doon sa blank items that were made by the bicameral committee, okay, na nag-reflect sa kanilang report. Bakit questionable yun? Okay, na ngayon nagiging issue. So, yun po yun. But then again, siguro naman when it comes to the General Appropriations Act, siguro yun naman sir, kumpleto yun siguro. Kasi hindi po pwede, kasi nga ang General Appropriations Act po is actually a law. Kaya nga act nandun sa nandun sa kanyang title, General Appropriations Act. So meaning that is a law. So pag law yan, okay, na 'di ba yung issue ngayon diyan, hindi pwedeng maging blanco ang batas. Okay, so hindi po pwedeng blanco ang batas. Kasi even the Constitution, okay, gave us an idea na when you talk about law, or like for example, in that case, the General Appropriations Act, particularly Article 6, Section 26, sa ating konstitusyon, binabanggit niya na pinagbabawal, okay, or it prohibits vague or ambiguous law. So, yan kasi, kung may blanco dyan sa batas, syempre, that is ambiguous or unclear. Di ba, sir? Mayroong bang batas na nakita natin na wala namang laman? Yung some of its provisions, pwede ba yun? The answer is no. Okay, and even, binanggit din sa constitution natin na there should be no erasures. Okay, so as to ensure that the rules of law and the clarity of legislation. So, it must be, the law must be clear and definite. So ang tanong natin dyan, paano naging clear and definite ang batas kung wala namang laman, blanco naman. Diba sir, isipin yung ano. So paano magiging yan, maliwanag sa atin na batas yan kung yung namang laman ay wala. Okay, so yun nga, yun din yung question doon. So eventually, pero sa tingin ko naman, when it comes to the General Appropriations Act, doon yung sa pinirmahan ng ating mahal na presidente, hindi naman siguro blanco doon na nasubmit. There is something only along the way that is being questioned, yung process siguro ng pag-approve doon. But definitely, when you talk about the law, ano ang basehan kung bakit kinu-question yung pagkakaroon ng blanco doon would be, yun nga yung binanggit ko kanina na the law should not be, it should be clear and unambiguous. So dapat maliwanag po yan. Kasi unambiguous dyan. So it should not be vague. Hindi siya malabo. Okay, so...
And at this point in time, awamet pa iti clear document that they could show nga dijay observation nga kunada nga dati blanco na because as you stated abogado nga imposible ay isang paglimtigan kaya dati blanco nga probation na that could be very very impossible indeed. Now abogado di ba teko natin nga duwa nga version dito the budget from the president next mai-presentar iti House of Representatives and the House of Representatives kaso nung adapi version ti Senado kahit nakading asawan sa balimet iti version ti Senado from the budget submitted by the President, ganoon ba? Or adamit ti sa bali version da in the interpretation of the budget submitted by the President to Congress for their study, ganoon ba?
Okay, sir. So, umuna we have to iano natin para ma-visualize natin, sir. Start it from the kung ano ba yung talagang general process. So, unang-una dyan is it would starts with the preparation of the national budget. So, following the preparation would be this congressional review and approval. So, when you talk about Congress, we have the House of Representatives and the Senate. Okay, so after which would be the enactment and signing, and then lastly would be the implementation. So ito yung procedure, general procedures. Okay, para doon sa paggawa ng General Appropriations Act. So ito lang, preparation of the national budget, meron siyang congressional review and approval, and then enactment and signing, okay, ng presidente na yan. And then lastly would be the implementation of that budget. So ngayon ang tanong natin, so when the national budget was prepared, paano ba yun piniprepare? Yan siguro yung katanungan ng karamihan, no? Paano ba piniprepare? So initially it would start from budget preparation. So alam natin na ang budget preparation would of course be taken care of by the Department of Budget and Management. So sila po yung nagpre-prepare talaga ng national budget, which include of course the proposed appropriations for various government agencies and programs. So, di ba sir, merong mga iba't ibang national government agencies under the umbrella, okay, of the president. So may mga different aside from the DBM, may mga other departments, like PNP, yung DILG I mean, which is hawak ng DILG ang PNP, BJMP and the like, di ba ganon? So itong mga agencies nito would of course come up also with their respective budgets. Submit nila ngayon sa kanilang departments. Yung mga departments kung saan sila nagfo-fall or kung saan sila nagre-report. Okay, like for example, Land Bank magre-report yan sa Department of Finance. Ngayon, ibibigay nila lahat ang kanilang mga proposed budgets to the DBM. So, ngayon, si DBM, gagawin niya lahat yan. Okay, so yung ipe-prepare niya ngayon yung national budget for the next fiscal year, which is, di ba, yung 2024 sila prepare for fiscal year 2025. So, ngayon, yung budget that was prepared by the DBM would be submitted to Congress. Okay, so the DBM would now submit the proposed budget to Congress. Okay, but of course, through the President's budget message, tingnan din yan eh. Okay, bago i-submit yan. But definitely yung magsasubmit niyan would be the Department of Budget and Management na may basbas ang presidente. So siguro tiningnan din niyan yung mga nakalagay doon. And then eventually, yung proposed budget na yan would now be undergoing congressional review and approval. Okay, so doon na papasok ngayon yung mga tinatawag na GAB, which is the General Appropriations Bill. Okay, so magagawa ngayon ang House of Representatives. So ang Congress kasi natin, okay, so although parang misnomer kasi yung gamit ng word na congressman, kasi when you talk about Congress in the Philippines, meron upper house and lower house. So yung lower house natin would be the House of Representatives. So sila po they will come up with the General Appropriations Bill. So the proposed budget is now being reviewed by the House of Representatives, which may introduce amendments or changes, okay, to the proposed budget prepared by the DBM. So ngayon, yan, they would review. And then the amended budget that was passed on by the House of Representatives, yun na yung General Appropriations Bill. Kasi ang bill hindi pa po batas. Bill is proposed law. Okay, proposed law po yan. So yung proposed law na yan would be now be submitted to the Senate. So of course, kung may mga changes na ginawa po doon ng House of Representatives doon sa proposed budget, would now be transmitted to the Senate, where it will undergo further review and debate. Pag-usapan ulit yan doon.
So ibig I could now understand the process gayam gabuta DJ the budget was that was submitted by the President to the House of Representatives, and the House of Representatives isulati imuna from the legislative body nga nang scrutinize kani jay nga isubmitir kanya da, and then jay budget nga scrutinize from the House of Representatives ipasa damit gayam jay Senate anya abogado.
Yes sir.
Kasi
review and debate. Usapan din yun. And then pag halimbawa mayroon din silang mga proposed changes, hindi amended, sabihin natin kasi imposible naman na walang babaguhin yung Congress doon sa original proposal ng DBM. Okay, so syempre magde-deliberate din doon sa Congress, and then later on i-endorse yan sa Senate for further deliberation, okay, and debate. So pag-uusapan ulit doon. But then again, hindi pa yun doon natatapos. Okay, so after that, diba, yung after na pag they were able to deliberate in the Senate, so yun na yung magkakaroon sila ng tinatawag na bicameral conference. Okay, mayroon ng BICAM. Yun na
and the BICAM composed of the congressman and senator synchronizing all the items in the budget na inadal the House and then the Senate. So both houses now will again finalize, ganun ba? Will finalize the budget?
They will iron out the differences between the proposed appropriations bill by the House of Representatives, and di ba merong House version, merong Senate version, and then they will later on come up with magkakaroon sila ng bicameral conference through the bicameral conference committee, and of course that is composed of the House and the Senate, so well represented din sila to iron out the differences of their proposed budget and then finalize it. Okay, so titingnan lang naman yung mga magkarinigan na sila ng kanilang komento tungkol sa budget, and eventually they will finalize it. So pag finalize na yung budget, that is now the third step, which is the enactment and signing. So the bicameral conference committee will now submit the finalized budget to both chambers for their approval. So
okay. So haan pa lang agtapos ije Bicam, may sublimanen jay House, and then next is to the Senate for its ratification before the submission of to the office of the President. Ganun na pa ba?
Siyempre pag na-finalize na yan ng bicameral committee, dapat final na po yun for their approval na lang po doon. Kasi okay. Natapos na po yung kanilang deliberation, kasi duman na nga sa House of Representatives, they were able to deliberate. Sa Senate, they were able to conduct further review and debate. And then ngayon, di ba, nag-meet na nga yung parehong yung composition ng Congress natin, which is the House of Representatives and Senate, through that bicameral committee. So ang gagawin na lang nila doon would be to iron out their differences and finalize the budget. So pag finalize na po yan yung budget natin, babalik doon sa ating respective chambers, which is the House of Representatives or the Senate, for their approval.
Okay.
I-approve na lang po gagawin po doon for the budget, and then they will have it signed by the President. So ita-transmit na nila ngayon yung budget to the President. They will transmit that to the President for his signature.
Meaning formalization na lang the approval of the budget after the BICAM report, ganun ba? Formalization.
Yes,
okay.
Siyempre, na na rin yun, sir, dumaan na sa several deliberations, kaya matagal din sila. When they talk about the budget, talagang they deliberate. And they have this debate and clarifications with what they find it ambiguous or unclear. Okay, so yung mga ambiguous or unclear to them or vague to them will now be clarified through that deliberation when they have this what we call yung when it was presented to them, doon na sila dapat doon na nila ni-raise yung kanilang issues pertaining to the proposed budget. Okay, so halimbawa yun nga yung pagdating na sa Senate, so magkakaroon ulit ng deliberation doon, but then again when it was already finalized by the bicameral conference committee, so eventually yung report na gagawin ng BICAM would now be submitted to them for their approval. So approval na lang po gagawin doon, and then eventually that would be signed by the President, and once signed it would become the General Appropriations Act. So magiging batas na po yun. So ang kulang na lang natin ngayon would be the implementation, which is the last step, which is of course the budget execution. But then again, yun nga yung problema, kasi anong i-execute mo? Hindi pa naman, kine-question naman ngayon yung tungkol doon sa mga blank items. But then again, yun nga, di ba, meron tayo ding comment coming from the Executive Secretary na sabi niya, di ba yung si former Chief Justice Bersamin, sabi niya na so what will happen now hindi naman. So, kasi it was already signed into law. So, ano pang gagawin doon? So, kung may question about that, they will just petition it with the Supreme Court, okay, to question its validity. But then again, syempre, sa tingin natin, hindi naman na yun, hindi na yun unless, di ba, nag-request sila ng TRO para sa implementation. But the way we look at it, di ba, yung naman natin, so kung that was already become a law, it would now, of course, yung execution niya will continue. So wala pa namang petition doon or wala pa namang verdict ng Supreme Court pertaining to those petition, kung meron man. Kasi di naman natin pwedeng sabihin na meron na, kasi as of today wala naman pang petition to the Supreme Court. Even there would be a petition to the Supreme Court, but it would take some time for the Supreme Court to arrive with its decision. So ngayon, as of now, pwedeng implement pa rin ang gagawin doon. So they will still execute the this approved law, which is the General Appropriations Act, or popularly known as our budget.
Okay. Abogado, granting the budget that was approved by the President, we take it at face value nga kunada. And the question now initially is not only about the blank items provided therein, but also some provisions of it is questionable. First, about the budget in the Department of Education nga dakdakel tinailatang iti DPWH Student of the Department of Education, which is accordingly in violation to the provisions of the Constitution, nga may kankumati dakdakel budget na iti Department of Education. But the President, so as to fine-tune kung natin malaingin, kaya't inikat na ti sumagmamanong na i-appropriate in the DPWH so that it will appear na dakdakkelmet lang di jay na ilatag iti Department of Education. Kasla di ko na di jacket, kaslang there are portions that was vetoed by the President. So anya di jay veto power of the President in the concerning the budget tayo abogado. Kahit nakadingasawan nyo na binito na is not included anymore in the budget, di jay nga item?
Okay, so when you talk about the veto power, okay, of the veto power of the President. So ito na exercise lang niya actually, as far as I can remember. This can only be exercised in the budget. So hindi po lahat ng batas ay pwede niyang i-veto on particular item. Okay, so ang Constitution, ang ating Supreme Court lang ang pwedeng nullify doon sa particular provision of the law. Ito yung isa sa mga exception. Kasi this when you talk about the budget, ito lang yung law na pwedeng mag-line veto ang president. Okay, so he can, when you talk about line veto, that is actually yung deleting, okay, particular, okay, or deleting some of the provisions, or like in this case budget yan, so pwede siyang magtanggal, but he cannot introduce new items or bring back items that has already been deleted by Congress. So yun po, pwede siyang mag-veto, line veto po ang tawag doon, on a particular item. Okay, in the Appropriations Act, pwede siyang magtanggal pero hindi siya pwedeng mag-introduce new items or bring back items that has already been deleted, okay, by Congress. Okay. So yun lang pwede niyang gawin. But then again, eto kasi yung question regarding doon sa yung basis for the preparation of the budget, di ba sir? Syempre may mga gusto na sana kami yung may pinakamalaking budget. So, yung question natin dyan would be, meron bang particular, yung particular basis for the budgeting na sino pa dapat ang may pinakamalaking budget. So, I have yet to see na merong legal basis. So, as far as I know, so personal ko na to, may sariling point of view. So I have yet to see na meron talagang particular legal provision telling us kung sino ba dapat ang may pinakamalaking budget. So wala pa naman akong nakikita doon na basis. So kung halimbawa yung ating dapat ba yung ating education department would have the highest budget. So I have yet to see, sir, yung ating legal basis. So as far as we know, wala pong ganun na basehan. Okay, so siguro yung sinasabi na yung basehan ay nasa konstitusyon, binabanggit lang yung konstitusyon na the government should give emphasis to education. Baka yun yung sinasabi nilang basehan. But then again, that is a ano tawag nito, constitutional provision that requires enabling law. Wala naman. Okay, so general statement lang yon sa constitution na bigyan ng malaking budget ang ating edukasyon. Pero hindi
but
naman
it does not necessarily imply that the DepEd the DepEd budget is mandated to be the highest budget always in the General Appropriations Act. Hindi naman ganon.
Okay, yes sir. Hindi naman kasi binanggit sa ating konstitusyon na ang binabanggit lang ng konstitusyon as far as I can remember is for the state to recognize the importance of education. So hindi naman niya binabanggit directly na in the budget preparation it should be the DepEd or the education department that would be receiving the highest budget in our General Appropriations Act. So wala naman pa po akong nabasang ganon. So siyempre yung ating mga teachers, how I wish na 'di ba meron silang pinakamalaking budget, but then again wala naman po kasing exact or explicit na pagbanggit ng ating konstitusyon na dapat sila ang may pinakamataas na budget.
Okay. I think it's only personal interpretation of those who are invoking the interpretation in that provision of the Constitution that the budget for every year in government, the DepEd will be given the highest budget always. Hindi pala ganon na awang ganti kasi dyan na provision amote di kuaget because they are putting emphasis in that argument that violates the Constitution when the DPWS was given the highest budget in the General Appropriations Act for 2025. And now, mapantayo kaligya ko natin nga blank portion of the itemized budget for 2025. According to Senator Panfilo Lacson, ang pabagado kat not only this time nga adda ligya kas nga observation, but was happened also during the past administration. But it was taken up through a dialogue between the legislative body and the executive branch during that time. That is why this was corrected. But this time, umiti mga ko, jay executive branch, no less than executive secretary, Lucas Bersamin, kunana ket umiti kas jay nga portion of the budget. But it is coming out now from most especially the Makabayan block adda iti kunadang blank portion in the itemized budget, and from the former chairman of the Committee on Appropriation who is an ally of the former president, so medyo matikaw tata iti publiko. Now ti saludsod is it possible nga dati kasjay nga portion of the budget tayo considering nga ti panipalawag tayo kat di malam ti nakadado nga proseso iti panadal before nga na-approve na by the Bicameral Conference Committee, abogado?
Okay, so siguro it's maybe others would think na it's more of a technical issue. But then again, kasi merong kasing binamandato ng batas na procedure that we need to follow. So kung ganon pala na pwede pala siyang kasi anong basehan ng pagkakaroon ng General Appropriations Act kung ang laman naman ng kanilang report ay blanco? Okay, so
Kaya nga po.
siguro yung question doon. So pwede palang insertion. So baka pwede ng draft na lang yung isasubmit mong report para gawan ng basis sa gagawing batas. So yun din naman ang question siguro doon. Yan siguro ang contention ng yung mga kumu-question doon sa blank items. Kasi siyempre, pupirma ka, blanco naman. So then again, ano ba ang legal basis? So ulitin natin, yung punto po natin doon is that what you are creating is a law. So when you talk about the law, dapat that it's your obligation na when you prepare the law, 'di ba yung binanggit ko nga kanina, sir, na pag pinag-uusapan natin ang batas, dapat ang batas should not be sa constitution natin, it's particularly Article 6, Section 26, it prohibits the vagueness or the ambiguity of laws. So dapat hindi siya unclear, dapat clear siya. So kung baka blank yan na basis doon sa batas, di ba, yung may report, may blanco, so that would create confusion. So yun naman. And another thing also is that there is the what we call yung dapat sa Article 2 Section 1 of the Constitution, binanggit din ang tungkol sa pag-ensure that the rule of law and clarity in legislation. So it should be clear, pinuulit-ulit yan, na it should be clear and definite. So yung punto natin dyan, how it would become clear and definite when it is blank. Okay, yun siguro yung punto nila. So but then again, yun lang we are explaining yung consequence ng mga blank items, but then we are not saying that there are blank, kasi nga yung mga nandun naman sa ating Congress, they are asserting na when they came up with that final report, it has already been complete. Kasi yung ang ginawang General Appropriations Act na meron na tayo ay kumpleto naman, na pinirmahan ng ating presidente. So yun naman yun. Okay, so nandyan niya kasi labanan na rin to ng mga legal luminaries natin sa national level na siyempre sabi nila, lex certa yan. It's a principle na when you talk about law, it should be clear, specific, and unambiguous. Because if that is unambiguous, so that would now the void for vagueness doctrine. Okay, so the laws with unclear provisions may be struck down. Okay, so dapat tanggalin daw yung mga provision na unclear. Okay, hindi yan pinapayagan. So yun po yung punto ngayon. So bakit papapayagan? And then again, siguro yung ding katanungan dyan, so kung sino man yung gumawa ng mga nag-fill in doon sa mga information na yon later on without the approval of the Congress, okay, particularly yun sa mga members ng BICAM, okay, yung Bicameral Committee. So ano na ngayon ang mangyayari doon?
Dati yung harap tata, abogado, may sakali iti question tata.
Siyempre kung may gumawa dyan na nag-fill in doon na he is not authorized to do so, di ba, ang tingin natin dyan, there would be what we call violation of Article 171 of the Revised Penal Code. Kasi that would constitute falsification of public documents. Okay, by public officials, employees include, okay? So public officials, so Article 171.
Okay.
So, falsification 'yan. So pwede siyang makulong diyan ng
abogado, kaspagarigan deto'y observations dagiti critic of the budget for the 2025 at daming ibagbaga masapol may possibility BICAM to to resolve the problem or the defects of the approved budget. Now, tisaludsod ko dito is it the Supreme Court or the BICAM to resolve this observation nga adda problems like blank items and other problems in the budget? Will it be the Supreme Court or the BICAM to resolve this?
Wala nang magagawa po yung BICAM po doon.
Okay.
That is already been approved. It's already a law. So, ang gagawin na lang dyan would be, syempre, it's up for the Supreme Court whether nullify that law or not. Okay. So, kung ano na mangyayari kung walang budget for 2025, so ano kasi to, masalimuot sa totoo lang kasi
kaya nga po
constitutional law. Then again, pag hindi approve yung 2025 budget, ang gagamitin is yung 2024 budget. So, ang problema dyan, yung mga appropriated na budget for 2025, syempre hindi mo na marirealize kasi ang gagamitin is yung 2024 budget. So, ang tanong ng karamihan, hindi na tayo sa sahod ng mga nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno. Hindi naman. Gagamitin lang yung luma. Okay, so na budget, yun muna.
So will it be the whole year for in the use of our budget for 2024 just in case? Bali na pornada namin pinsanin MDJ.
Yung mga project.
Okay.
So yun nga yung implication niya. So then again, it is not also a ground as well na hindi naman po pwedeng ganun lang din na na hindi bigyang halaga na dapat kasi doon sa gawa ng batas, siyempre merong there is a procedure that is provided by law. Siyempre yung mga mga legal personalities na siyempre may alam sila sa batas, siyempre they would assert na dapat masunod. What for na meron tayong batas na hindi naman nasusunod. Yun naman ang kanilang contention. So we are not saying na we are doubting na merong there is something that happened along the way. We are not saying, but then again, yun nga yung contention nila, which is tama naman. Kasi halimbawa na lang sa local level na meron kayong ipapasang batas na merong blanco na doon sa inyong deliberasyon. So, and then later on, that would serve as your basis for finalizing the law. Di ba, sabi nga natin sa ating constitutional provision na pinagbabawal niya yung vague or ambiguous law. So, siyempre, anong maliwanag doon sa blanco, di ba, sir? Wala anong maintindihan mo sa isang batas na blanco na mayroong mga blank provisions. So, pwede ba yun? Constitution nga natin ang nagsasabi na hindi po pwede. Okay. So, kung may blanco man doon, so that would be an issue and of course, it should be cleared. Okay, yun dapat ang maliwanagan tayo. Kasi otherwise, siyempre, hindi magandang president yan.
So if there are, just in case, in the long run, will be find out nga abda iti talagang digitay blankong portion of the budget. Is this a serious offense? And if it is a serious offense, who will be at fault? Is it the legislative body or the executive branch?
Hindi, yung dyan, sir, would be the person. Sa aking palagay, dapat yung taong sinong nag-insert na yon sa information. Kasi nga hindi naman pala dineliberate yan ng bicameral committee. So wala naman silang binanggit tungkol dyan kasi blank na yung nagawa nila dyan. Sino yung nag-insert ng information?
Okay. So ibig ba sabihin na pabagado, it was an insertion after the approval of the BICAM, possibly nagititapta nga madukduktalan niya blank portion of the budget, ganun ba ang sinasabi natin?
Okay. So, dalawa kasing dalawang punto po ang tinitingnan po natin dyan. Unang-una dyan, we are talking about the blank items in the bicameral report that was used as a basis for the GAA or the General Appropriations Act.
Mm-mm.
So pwede ba yon? The answer is no kasi nga may dapat maliwanag yung mga basehan in that report sa pag-finalize ng General Appropriations Act. So what would now be if that General Appropriations Act will be nullified, so hindi yan magagamit for the fiscal year. Yun ang implication niya. So, okay, tapos na tayo doon sa part na yun. So what if merong yung sa General Appropriations Act that are blank items, merong nag-fill in doon na hindi siya authorized to fill in that information. So ngayon, ang usapan naman yon is that person involved in filling up that information. So wala siyang authority. So meaning, yung papel na yun, pinil-upan niya ng mga information that is not within his power. So ngayon, nagkalaman yon. So meaning, there is now falsification of public document. That is in violation of the revised penal code, particularly Article 171. Okay, so pag fill up niya doon, yung sino man yung fill up doon, would be liable for falsification of public documents. Kasi pinalsify niya yun binago niya yun na information on his own.
Sabi naman ni Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, hindi kami ang may kagagawan nun.
Yeah, so it's up for them na to prove sino ba yun. Okay? So, sino bang nagbago doon. Kasi sa part naman ng Executive Department, hindi naman sila part kasi ng deliberation. So they are not part of the deliberation. Kasi nga ang batas natin is done by the Legislative Department. So they are there to legislate laws or to create laws, including our General Appropriations Act or budget. Okay, so yun po ay trabaho nila. So sa part naman ng presidente, siya lang ang siya lang ang mag-approve. Okay, through his signature, affixing his signature to the proposed budget. Okay, so upon his signature, that proposed budget, particularly called General Appropriations Bill, will become General Appropriations Act upon the signing of the President. So, syempre, pag nagpirma naman ang presidente dyan, syempre, marami ding mga advisors yan, tiningnan din kung meron bang mga, syempre, mga provisions that were left blank. So, siguro yon ang titingnan din. Okay, so, ang ang role ng presidente dyan would be, he will be answerable to the implementation of that particular budget na ensuring that the funds that are allocated and utilized will be implemented in accordance with the approved General Appropriations Act. Okay, so ganun po ka salimuot din ng batas kayo naman. So yun din naman yung mga inaaral ng mga estudyante. So minsan mga law students din, talagang kailangan mo ring magbasa talaga at analyze yung ating mga procedures to understand it. So, yun po yun. Ang gagawin lang ng presidente doon would be answerable, okay, doon sa implementation. Kasi nga, hindi naman it's already beyond their work as the executive department, okay, yung pakikialam doon sa pag-legislate or pag-create ng law, which is the work of the Congress. Okay, so, wala sila, hands-off sila dyan. Kasi nga yun nga, executive department would only be answerable to the implementation of the funds that are allocated and utilized according to the General Appropriations Act. Okay, so yun po yung kanilang ang kanilang panig. Okay, so kung titingnan mo naman talaga doon sa ating procedure, yun naman talaga lang yung binabanggit. So tama naman yung naman siya doon. Merong punto doon naman doon. May talagang pinupuntuhan niya is yun. Okay, so tama naman.
Okay, and granting that the budget that was signed by the president is in legal existence is all in consonance with the provisions of General Appropriations Act nga ko natin. Tipe may sa kariti kaslangay maku-questionaran tata ket dijay ko natin nga panagited ti dakela bileg para kay iti congressman iti panaka usar deti napta nga budget iti pangilyante. So kahit nakadigisawan after the approval of the president dagiti diputado masapol pa lang ilatang da digitoy nga budget nga na itemas in the budget.
Okay. So, yun naman sir, doon na nagtatapos ang kanilang trabaho doon sa tinatawag na, di ba, they are there to create laws. So, when you talk about implementation, nakafocus na yan sa executive department or under the department na with the president, executive department na po yan. So, it is more on the implementation or ensuring that these funds that were allocated and that the funds that are being allocated are utilized according to that law. So ngayon ang gagawin din of course ng hindi naman iba i-implement na yan ng executive department. So ang gagawin na lang ulit diyan would be for Congress to monitor the budget's implementation, whether there is what we call effectiveness of that budget, or di ba meron tayong naririnig din at times na tinatawag na realignment. Okay. So realignment of the budget, but then again it all still require a law for making such adjustments, okay, as needed. So yun po yun naman yung magkakaroon ulit ng tawag nito pag there is an realignment of the budget, so it requires again a piece of legislation. So hindi po siya yung agad-agad ng dahil sa kagustuhan nila na baguhin ulit, kasi there is what we call upon knowing the ineffectiveness of a particular provision, gusto nilang baguhin, so it requires again another piece of legislation. Kailangan ulit nilang magano diyan namang panibagong karagdagang batas, okay, para baguhin or mag-realign doon sa approved budget.
Kasla impression da as nabilbilag ti House than that of the Senate in terms of the appropriations of funds in the General Appropriations Act. Iti bagbagad nga iti invoke nga the House has the power of the purse. Can you enlighten us about this interpretation
so,
ng pagbaga?
Hindi, kasi nga yung House is the power of the purse, di ba? Yung kasi sila sir yung where the law would originate, kasi doon kasi nag-originate yung budget. Yun yung ano natin eh. Yun ang sigurong bakit nila nabanggit yun na has the power of the purse, kasi nga doon nag-originate yung ating General Appropriations Bill. So sa kanila muna ipapakita yung budget. So syempre it would depends on them kung ano yung mga particular programs that would have to be budgeted. So syempre yun, kaya yun siguro ang sinasabi nila. But then again, hindi naman actually yung ano lang sir, yung House of Representatives who is considered to have the power of the purse. It is actually the legislature, kasi yung ating budget ay pinag-uusapan sa House of Representatives and the Senate as well. Okay, so hindi po siya limited doon sa House of Representatives, but rather it also includes the Senate. Kaya yung yung ating power of the purse is actually with the Congress. Okay, so correct din natin na hindi siya talaga sa House of Representatives lang. Although, pag titingnan mo doon sa structure, when you talk about the proposed budget, okay, na galing sa DBM, ang una na maggagawa ng amendment or changes would be the House of Representatives. But then again, that would still be subject to the further deliberation of the members of the Senate. So, yun po yun. So, the power
So, House of Representatives could not act alone in the appropriation of funds without the concurrence of the Senate.
Yes. Kailangan pa rin po nila ng Senado. Kaya yung power of the purse is in the legislative. Kasi sila
ganun pa lang interpretation. Congress ko na namin kat Congress kas lang automatically knows the House of Representatives.
Minsan. So siguro wala ring minsan hindi na rin kino-correct yan, pero we have to make it clear na when you talk about the Congress, dalawang bodies po yan. So or the two houses yan. So we have the House of Representatives and the Senate. Kaya lang kasi dito sa Pilipinas, pag tinanong mo kung mas appropriate to use the term House of Representatives or member of the House of the Representatives, diba? Mas magandang, mas appropriate na term yon kaysa congressman. Kasi pag congressman kasi, when you talk about Congress in the Philippines, we have the upper house, Senate, and the lower house, which is the House of Representatives.
Okay. And gabota masalimuot ko na ni Apo Abogado Kid dato'y panang adult tayo iti budget and then na-complicate dato'y gapo kariti series of observations may pangyap kariti saan niya may parbeng nga portions of the budget kas kumakariti blanco after the observation niya apeng saan niya likan pinakal importansya iti Department of Education kaya dumapay danon te tupay iti dumapay pong aspeto na diti nga discussion in the budget kalpasan man pa diti palagipyo mani po diti technical studio please.
Sika Ken Tilinteg.
Aksyon! Radyo! Sa gitna ng bawat pangyayari at kaganapan, nakatutok ang Aksyon! Radyo! Sa mga pangunahing isyu at usapin, tinatalakay at binibigyang linaw ng Aksyon! Radyo! Ang mga matatamis at mapait na alaala na naging kabanata sa makulay na drama ng buhay, inilarawan ng Aksyon! Radyo! Ang taos-pusong paglilingkod sa sambayanan nakaukit sa puso ng Aksyon! Radyo! Ang Provincial AM Radio Network sa pinakamalaking radio network sa buong Pilipinas, Manila Broadcasting Company, Aksyon! Radyo! Sa Lawag City, ang Aksyon! Radyo! DZJC 747 kHz sa AM band ng inyong mga pihitan. Member KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
This time check is brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, maker of world-class quality Pride detergent.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Sir Fabcon. Ang Sir Fabcon Blossom Fresh, bigatin na with 12% more kaya mas bang overload.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Champion Detergent para less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Champion Detergent para less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Goodbye to me, Masha. Hello, bright bar blue. Isang labanan yan. Bright bar blue.
Pride Bar Blue with powerful stain-away enzymes. Malupit magtanggal ng dumit mancha pero di masakit sa kamay.
Goodbye to me, Masha. Hello, bright bar blue. Isang labanan yan.
Astas tested ang cotton and polycotton. Sa mancha, malupit. Sa kamay mo, mabait. Pride Bar Blue. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
ACS.
Ang numero unong kailangan sa ngayon, extra strong ka dapat para di ka mawasak ng anumang hamong ibigay sa'yo. Ang hanap ng Red Horse Beer, extra strong na tulad mo. Lakas. Tama. Kayang tumindig at harapin ang mga pagsubok na parating. Panatag ang loob na bukas na namnamin mo ang iyong tagumpay. Lakas ng tama pero di wasak sa hamon ng bukas.
Red Horse Extra Strong, the #1 extra strong beer in the world.
Drink responsibly. Red Horse Extra Strong, the #1 extra strong beer in the world. Numero 1, tulad mo. Drink responsibly.
Manipot, iti #1, Smart Dishwashing Paste.
Tanggaling-galing mo! Smart dishwashing paste ko. Pritong ulam na masebo, plato at kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Kasta no Smart iti Dishwashing Paste. At double tanggaling formula. Tanggal galing iti sebo ken bakterya.
Bahid para walang bahid, linis fantastic sa metal at plastic. #1 ko to. Tanggaling-galing mo, Smart dishwashing paste.
Heavy duty linis kada pulagi. Smart Dishwashing Paste. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World class quality.
ACS.
Makulugan pa yokom.
Greg, may work pa. I-Biogesic mo na yan.
Bulong tulos? Baad igong side effects?
Iba ang Biogesic. Most doctor-prescribed brand sa sakit ng ulo at lagnat.
Aba, maingat mananggad.
Jody Santa Maria po. Sa sakit ng ulo o lagnat, Biogesic agad. Alagang Unilab yan. Paracetamol is a generic name of Biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Para di madaling masira ang ngipin ng pamilya, ngayon pa lang.
Unique toothpaste for brushing every after kumain.
Dahil ang unique toothpaste, may Max Protect formula.
Ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protectado pa.
Helps stop cavities even before they start, while keeping breath fresh with regular use.
Unique toothpaste for brushing, para siguraduhin ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protectado pa. Unique
Max Alaga, Max Protectado with unique toothpaste maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Dati, wala pang aray sa likod. At dati, wala pang aray sa kasukasuan.
Paulit-ulit ang pain? Mag-Skelan.
Sa Skelan, ang galing gumalaw, long-lasting bisa buong araw. Tuloy-tuloy ang ginhawa ko. Pag-aray dapat Skelan.
Unilab yan. Up to 12 hours relief. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time, Champion Detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Try the new Surf Fabcon Bigatin. Surf Fabcon Bigatin. Mabangot pinarami. Surf Fabcon Bigatin. Pang-overload na siya sa dami.
New Surf Fabcon Bigatin Pack. Mas pinarami, mas mabango versus Surf Fabcon 25ml Pack. 6 pesos SRP pa rin.
Surf Fabcon. Ang Surf Fabcon Blossom Fresh, bigatin na with 12% more kaya mas bang overload.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, maker of world-class quality Pride detergent.
Fresca na to. Mura, marami, masarap.
Champion Detergent. Para less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Surf Fabcon. Ang Surf Fabcon Blossom Fresh, bigatin na with 12% more kaya mas bang overload.
Generica Drugstore. Damang-dama. Pag ginahawang Generica. Para sa ginhawang damang-dama mo, visit your nearest Generica Drugstore.
Champion Detergent. Para less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Aksyon! Radyo!
Maulan man, no worries na amoy kulob ang damit.
Charm Fabcon, bangong kumakabloom. Tanggal amoy kulob sa bango ng Charm.
Charm Fabcon with Bloom Fresh technology. kills 99.9% of kulob-causing bacteria tested. May aroma burst pa of thousands of flowers and berries.
Ang sampay sa loob, amoy kulob.
Banggong kumakablog sa charm.
Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Papalit kong Fresca. Ni, naanay bagong iani oy. Fresca, tuna sulit pack. Fresca, 150 grams na Fresca. Presyo nga Fresca ni mo. Ni, bagong Fresca tuna sulit pack ni. 150 grams ug Fresca kayo ang presyo. As low as 24.95 ra ang SRP per can. Fresca tuna sulit pack. Fresca, 150 grams na Fresca. Presyo nga Fresca ni mo. Kinisud-ani ninyo. Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Adda ba iti immunity gap na dayta anak mo?
Immunity gap? Ni Angel, nagrigat nga pa kanan.
Ni Mela, ag subli-subli iti sakit na. Ni Toto, nagbayag nga uminbag.
Immunity gap dayta. Tumulong nga pasardingan iti immunity gap kanayon nga ag Serene Plus. Tulong tapdong 100% iti immunity. Base iti RENI. Sabayan iti proper diet, exercise, and vaccination. Tumulong nga pasardingan iti immunity gap ag Serene Plus inaldaw-aldaw.
Alagang Unilabian. Ascorbic acid plus zinc is the generic name of Celine Plus. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Tumulong nga pasardingen iti immunity gap ag Celine Plus inaldaw-aldaw.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
Pag may lagnat si bunso at mapait ang gamot, pahirapan sa pag-inom. Pero pag Kidilets, madaling inumin para gumaling.
Kidilets! United Home Kidilets. Chewable paracetamol in candy flavors.
Unilabian.
Paracetamol is the generic name of Kidilets. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
United Home Kidilets. Chewable paracetamol in candy flavors.
Try the new Surf Fab Con Bigatin. Surf Fab Con Bigatin. Mabangot pinarami. Surf Fab Con Bigatin. Pang-overload na siya sa dami.
New Surf Fab Con Bigatin Pack. Mas pinarami, mas mabango versus Surf Fab Con 25ml Pack. 6 pesos SRP pa rin.
Surf Fabcon. Ang Surf Fabcon Blossom Fresh, bigatin na with 12% more kaya mas bang overload.
Dati, wala pang aray sa likod. At dati, wala pang aray sa kasukasuan.
Paulit-ulit ang pain? Mag-Skelan.
Sa Skelan, ang galing gumalaw. Long-lasting bisa buong araw. Tuloy-tuloy ang ginhawa ko. Pag-aray dapat Skelan.
Unilabian. Up to 12 hours relief. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Makulugan pa yokom.
Greg, may work pa. I-Biogesic mo na yan.
Bulong tulos? Baad igong side effects?
Iba ang Biogesic. Most doctor-prescribed brand sa sakit ng ulo at lagnat.
Aba, maingat mananggad.
Jody Santa Maria po. Sa sakit ng ulo o lagnat, Biogesic agad. Alagang Unilabian. Paracetamol is a generic name of Biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa labada, more time sa pamilya.
At dabaro nga energy! Pinabarok ka na may mayat nga Enervon, Enervon Z+. Pinapig-sa iti zinc, vitamin C, vitamins B1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 12, kun vitamin E. Pinabarok ka na may mayat nga Enervon.
Hey! Enervon Z+.
Unilabian.
Multivitamins plus zinc is the generic name of Enervon Z+. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Kasaman nalon, inaldawak nga agububra. Tapnon adday pakkan ko ti pamilya. Ngayon no adda agpipikilin. Paragatan na nga agubra. Isuwag tumtumarak ti Parex B.
Adut Pilipino nga excited. Haan nga agpasarding uray no maktang, agluluken, agpipikil. Titulong ti
Parex B. Parex B. Far excited with Parex B.
Nayon ti gusto nga panangan ken na salunad nga panagbiag. Parex Vitamin B1, B6, B12. 545 pesos lain kada may sanga tableta SRP.
If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Farex Vitamin B1, B6, B12. Far excited.
Ito na muli ang iyong pagkakataong manalo ng 1 million pesos. Sa bagong taon, bagong milyon.
Bagong taon, bagong milyon. Sali lang, baka swertehin ka. Bagong taon, bagong milyon, sali na.
Kaya maghanda ng gumawa ng iyong mga entries. Bagong taon, bagong milyon. Malapit na.
Musika, Ken Tilinteg.
Okay, 25 minutos na palabasan ti alas 3 ita nga malen. So, pabagado, we have only 5 minutes left in our program. Ti mauding masalutsod ko may panggap iti dito with the various types of observation kanito'y budget for 2025. Adda ka di posibilidad na nga dito ket just in case mo questionary in the Supreme Court nga mabalin nga may declare nga unconstitutional dito yung budget tayo, may basar ka dito observation dito na dumaduma grupo and personalities.
Oh yes sir. So we have yet to see yung yung kanilang contention or the facts. Kasi definitely kung mga ganun po, yun nga yung sinabi natin sir na dapat kasi yung we should be properly be informed. Okay, we have the properly be informed yung sa content ng isang batas. So ngayon kung imagine mo kasi sir na yung isang yung basehan doon sa batas ay galing sa information na walang laman. Okay, so syempre kung titingnan mo sir, hindi naman that would now be yung it's not fair for us also to be, hindi rin fair sa mga tao na yung isang batas ay hindi dumaan sa tamang proseso. Okay. So, and one thing more, di ba? Yun nga, itong paano nagkaroon ng batas ay walang basehan. So, definitely, hindi yan papaboran ng Supreme Court. But then again, we cannot presume, as of this time, we cannot presume kung meron ba talagang ganon na nangyari kasi we have yet to see kung yung syempre kung it will still be the Supreme Court that will look into it, but then again kung totoo nga ganon yung nangyari na yung ating General Appropriations Act came from a committee report that is blank, so questionable po talaga yun, questionable po yun sir. Yun lang yung ating gustong puntuan dyan. So, syempre hindi rin papanigan ng Supreme Court yung ganon. Okay, na gaya na lang sa atin, di ba sir? Na could you imagine that there would be an ordinance that will be passed that was not subjected to hearing. Okay, so kung ang hearing ay requirement para doon sa batas na yan, so siyempre na-violate ang karapatan natin to be informed. Okay? So, there is no fair play and justice because we were not given that opportunity to be informed. Kung yan ay requirement doon sa crafting or creation of a law just like the General Appropriations Act.
Okay, and Gabota, we take things at face value. When the President approved the budget last December 30, not until there are observations that was exposed by a member of Congress allegedly at the blank items in the budget for further clarification. And just in case at dadali ito'y questions of law, as stated by Attorney Kidd, it must be the Supreme Court now that will resolve the matter. No, adda iti question da may pangyap ka rito. Sabi ko mapubaga ito sa nga mapasamak niya pag amkam tayong the budget will be null and void by the Supreme Court na dati timang question iti rito. Gapota, ado nga talaga iti mai sakripisyo. Now, in that situation, digiti po kat paniladawan lain ti may sa abogado nga partner ti po iti dito yung programa ni Attorney L. Rene Kidd Castro in laid down na laeng diti possible scenarios nga mapasamak yan no kasano po nga naprobaran di budget tayo tap na di kastaket may kamte aputi insight and picture of the situation. May basar kariti contradicting stories and interpretations na ito'y kunapya po nga sumagmamano a grupo and some personalities who are themselves member of the House of Congress. And in that, Abogado, maraming salamat again for giving us your time na kanitin at programa tayo, most especially discussing about the controversial budget for 2025 General Appropriations Act. Thank you and good afternoon, Abogado.
Thank you very much, sir. Kan sapay ko dagiti mo agoy buyat dito yung Facebook. Do not judge me nga kasla ana kasi naka-t-shirt tayon. Kasi dati mo kami dito balayan agad siyempre.
Abogado get
kuna dakat apaunay ta di man la nag kasi I also get personal yung comments coming from friends na apaunay ta di ka man la quote ka kumamot but then again, that is not a requirement of the Supreme Court. No, siguro dati di korte ada talaga makon ko ng address code that we need to comply with. Ngam no ada tayo iti ruar so tayo lang ito. Okay, so thank you for that comment. Ngam medyo pudutan na kayo sir. So may anak ko tirak ko mo and also do not mind my voice. Diba? No, dadto mga mingkat hanak ko na nga tiket na mingkat they want me also to become assertive in my words, but then again haan ngamin ta dati nga ti personality tayo, so we cannot change it. No ngamin ko nakarog awam mo iti mandato iti korte nga dapat nga modulated voice nga medyo
po na yun talaga di pati malaman ang boses na no.
So thank you for that comment. So I will try my best. So pasensya kayo no, diyak nakapokis.
Sa bagay, you have tried your best. Baka kanito nga nag-comment kanya yo, kaya't iti interpretation na your best is not good enough. Anyway, Abogado.
More on the physical naman. More on the physical. So siguro kaya't na nga they want us to dress. We are in our coat and tie ng pudpudutan tayo nga mismo nga we are contented and the fact that we do it online. So hindi na tayo then again it will not also remove yung ating knowledge naman. Kayo naman masyado kayong judgmental.
Okay, Abogado, thank you. Thank you very much for your time again for para iti programa tayo. Thank you, Abogado. Okay. Ibasa tayo na po iti reactions from our Facebook ni Ma'am Melendrina Corsino. Nagboy-boy ka na tapo dyan Ewa Beach in Hawaii. Ni Apo Lobic Mariano. Ni Ma'am Carlina Malaki, ni Ma'am Bergio Jarvis from London with Love, and ni Ma'am Nora Afaga. Kaya iti matagdingdingig kada kami po via live streaming. Maraming salamat. Tinagan ni Atty. L. Rene Kedres Castro. Iso na po ti partner iti ito yung programa. And masangsang ilit tayo po na naduma ni Atty. Dave Camarao, Manipur iti Solicitor General's Office from Bacara. Maraming salamat. God bless. Mabuhay.
Sika Ken Tilinteg. Saan a biktima ti panagbalin nga ignorante itilinteg? Amwen ti kalintegan ditoy. TCJC Action Radio iti Sika Ken Tilinteg. Gaputa awan